What I want to tell you about is in the reading workshop, what you're going to be doing. So throughout the semester or the year, you should be reading outside of class pretty much all the time. If you already have books and you love reading or whatever, this is no big deal. If you don't, then I'm going to try to encourage you to find some books, or what we've done is we've set something up here so you can maybe check out the beginnings of some chapters and see if there's something that you like until you find a book that you are into. But I am going to ask that you read outside of class, and you're going to write down some of the things that you're writing here. Let me take you through that. So what we've got is this grid, and starting next week, you are going to find yourself a book or a short story or whatever, and you're going to log some time that you've read. If you want to read all of it in one shot, that's fine. If you want to break it up over the week, that's fine as well. So some of the requirements. We're looking for you to read for an hour each week, okay? Maybe some of you are like, what? But others are probably like, what? That's not enough. You can read as much as you want, but an hour is the minimum that we're looking for. So 60 minutes a week, that's going to get you a 3. We are going to kind of average that up over the number of weeks for the quarter. We'll check it periodically. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to check it all the time, but I will probably check it after the first week and maybe after the third week or something. It also depends on how things go, because I don't have as much free time as I thought I would to do things, but maybe it's because it's just busy at the beginning. That being said, if you read less than 30 minutes a week, you're going to get an NYA. Then again, I'm not going to see you, and you're on your honor to, write some details about what you're actually writing. And if you're just writing like, I liked it, I didn't like it, I'm not really going to count it. You're going to need to give me something a little bit more quality to, not to prove that you're reading it, but kind of to prove that you're reading it. I'm more interested that you're reading and you're just forming some thoughts about it, okay? I'm not out to get you. And if you're going to play the game of just putting things down and fake it or whatever, I got better things to deal with. I'd rather deal with people and write and converse with people who are reading and kind of get into, like, why do you love this book? What's great about it? So you can read, as I said, you can read all the hour in one day if you want. You can divide it up however you want. If we are reading something in class, like if we're reading a short story, Harrison Bergeron, or reading a play, or reading something else, that doesn't count. That may be something we do in class. When we get to some of our class novels, that may be allowed. So I'm not going to make you read like this book for this many minutes and this book for this many. We're not after that, okay? We're not trying to get you here. We just want you reading outside of class. So log your minutes above for each week of the quarter. Tell me the date and the number of minutes you read each day. If you don't remember exactly and you didn't set a timer, do your best. The number of pages you read on that date. Give me a couple sentences of the reading that you did. And then, I actually made a example down here, like on this day, read the opening chapters of All the Bright Places. And then, because it was a book I was considering for class, I just wrote some thoughts about why I read it and what I got out of it. This one right here, the book that I was reading, which I'm still reading actually, having a hard time getting done with it and getting into it, but it was recommended. And I feel like I need to read it because I've had it for weeks. So I wrote some details about like what I like about the novel. So up here, what I'm going to point out is you have a couple different things you can do. And you can see there's this part, this is blacked out. When we get to like the 6th week, we will allow you one time to watch a movie or a TV show that's related to either young adult literature or like the contemporary modern type topics that we're talking about, or equity, or something that we're studying in class. If you've seen something, you can put that in there. But we don't want to overdo it, but we also don't want to we don't have a problem with you watching videos and doing TV stuff and whatever, but we do want to focus on literacy because most of you naturally watch a lot of stuff, but I don't think as many people read, and that's why we're focusing on a little bit more literacy. So you can click on any of these links. I'm not going to do it because it won't take you in the video with me, but if you click on the first chapter, it's going to take you to a website that the English 11 teachers have created that will give you some places that you can click on to hear me reading the first chapter of a book that I recommend, or Ms. Rutassel, or Mr. Osowski, or Mr. Smith. I think those are the only 4. We're going to continue to add to that. You may get a link to some short stories, and there's not a ton in there yet, but there will be more. Maybe some poetry. Maybe there's a link where you can get book recommendations. There's links to audiobooks where you can get books to listen to. It doesn't matter to me if you listen to a book or if you read it. That's fine. So, you can write in multiple squares here, 10 minutes here, 20 minutes there, adding up to 60, total or whatever. That's fine. And these boxes will expand as you type. So go ahead and fill them up. I am really interested in what you have to say about the books that you're reading. All right. So that is the reading journal.